What's going on, guys? It's Trader Cause. I'm really excited about this video that I'm about to share with you guys. This is why I think Ethereum will go to $2,000 in just the next 10 days. I think this will all happen by the first half of February. Specifically, I think February 8th is the catalyst date that we want to keep an eye on. I think Ethereum could top out around that date, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's jump right into an ETH BTC chart. This is basically the strength of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So we can start with a weekly chart just so you guys can see the whole structure. Basically this level right here, it's the 0.0375. This has been a super pivotal level. I talked about this on my live stream yesterday. If you missed that, you can go check it out. It's on my channel. But this is the pivotal level that we're watching on Ethereum. It's this weekly SR right there. So the reason this is so important, it was this initial low, kind of deviated it before making an all-time high. We bounced from it right here and then immediately rejected it as resistance, resistance again, twice more here. But last week, big week, we bounced right through the level. And so now we're going to zoom in a little bit to a daily time frame. But you can just see how pivotal this level has been. We've had a couple fake outs above it, but now we're really breaking out. A few days ago, we painted this daily demand level, and yesterday in my stream, I was saying I want to buy as much ETH BTC as I can on any dip into this level. What I really liked was the confluence that this weekly SR level had with this daily demand, and when things start to line up like that, it can be really powerful. So earlier today, we dipped down into it. No 4-hour candle closed below. A lot of buying came in, and we've been pushing up higher. For me to have confirmation of this, I would like to see, let me make this a little thicker so you guys can see it. I'd like to see ETH BTC get above this 0.042. So it might get rejected there once, but once we get above that and hold it, I think it's really time to get going. So you don't have to be worried if you missed out down here. Yes, this was a great buy-in, but once we break above 0.042, I think it will be confirmed for me that the bottom is in right here and that ETH BTC is going to start trending. And the first target that I see for ETH BTC is this level right here. There's just a lot of open space right here. Not a lot of resistance, okay, until this 0.05 to 0.06. It's honestly just this entire, 0.054 to 0.06, that whole region. That was where we bounced right here, and then that was also the last bounce here before our big nuke down. And in between, it's honestly just a lot of hot air. It's a lot of free space. And so I'm looking for this to happen pretty quickly. So ETH BTC, keep an eye on this to see Ethereum strength versus Bitcoin. Great bounce from weekly SR and daily demand. If we can flip this level, then it's time to really get going. And like I said, targets will be 0.054. We can round it off there. So now that you kind of understand why I think Ethereum is going to have so much strength versus Bitcoin, now let's look at the Ethereum USD chart so I can show you a little bit how I'm going to be trying to get more involved. So I posted on my Twitter about longing this right here. I posted it beforehand. Here it is. I don't leave it on just because I think it crowds the chart a little bit. But this is the long position I posted on Twitter. We bought it at 13.29. First target is up here, Monday's high, but I'll be holding this trade for much longer if this low does hold, because like I said, I see upside of over $2,000 for Ethereum, and I'm holding quite a bit of Ethereum spot. I've converted some of my Bitcoin to Ethereum because I want even more Ethereum exposure, and I'll try to catch some leveraged positions as well so that I can kind of compound those profits there, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to clear up a little bit of this so that we are focusing mostly on just the main levels that I want you guys to see, and how I think you can get involved. So we'll start with the daily chart. Actually, let's zoom in just a little bit. 4 hours, just fine. Here's our 4-hour chart. We have a range high, range low, mid-range here. We're getting a lot of really great interactions with the mid-range. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Flipped it as support and support once again. And Ethereum just keeps hitting this 1440 level. That's what I think is so key. This one right here. So let me highlight that. We'll just call this key level. All right, so that's the important level we want to get above. The first time we tagged that level, we had a big rejection. We pulled back nearly 28%. Second time we hit that level, another rejection, but we didn't pull back quite as far, just 16%. We hit this level again, and so far we pulled back 8%. Maybe that's the low. I'm not sure if it's going to dip down a little bit more, but what I do know is that this level is losing its strength. We've hit it already 3 times. I don't expect it to hold too much longer. We might get something like this, one more tag, and then boom. I think this is going to really get going. But once that level breaks, that's when it's even more confirmed for me that Ethereum is about to go on its run. This whole idea is based on fundamental as well as technical analysis. We're starting with the technical reasons, and then I'll show you a little bit of, from a more fundamental perspective, why I think Ethereum will hit 2,000. So this is our key level. As I said before, we want to see Ethereum get above here and actually hold above it. I don't want to just see a wick above. We did that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I want to see some candles close above. A 4-hour candle close above there would be great. An hourly close, a daily close above there would be even better. So what we want to do is time this, the reclaim of 1440. I'll just say 1440, even though it's 1438, just because it's easier to remember for you guys. We want to see this reclaim of 1440 happening at the same time as we see Ethereum, Bitcoin breaking above this level. Those are our 2 key levels, right? If both of those are happening at the same time, that adds even more confluence to this trade and makes me even more confident in it. Back to ETH USD. Yeah, so that's really the key level to watch. It could bounce down. It could break down a little bit more first, but the safest way, most conservative way to play this, in my opinion, is once it gets above 1440, make sure you're involved, and I think it's going to move fast. So really quickly, before I end this video, I want to talk about part of the fundamental reasoning why I think Ethereum will hit 2,000, and it has to do with the CME futures. So if we go back to 2017, December 17th, 2017, this was the day Bitcoin topped out at 20K, made its all-time high, and that all-time high held for about 3 years. And the reason that day was so significant is because that was the date of the Bitcoin CME futures listing, and that's about to happen with Ethereum. So on February 8th, 2021, the CME group is launching Ethereum futures. And now this is important because I think this is more of a sell the news event. We've known that this was going to happen since December 16th, right? This is old news. Yes, it is very bullish because the CME group is one of the biggest derivative marketplaces, but we've known this for a long time. So I think this is really starting to get priced in. And right now, all the stars are aligning with Ethereum Bitcoin strength, the strength of ETH BTC, getting back above this weekly support for the first time it's been above there since 2018, and that the ETH USD chart also looks really bullish, right? So all these things are lining up perfectly. Ethereum's been super bullish. The CME group is launching futures on February 8th, and I think we're about to see some mass euphoria. So in the next 10 days, I think Ethereum's going to start going crazy. Once we start approaching this date, people are going to be euphoric. They're going to be calling for 5K. They're going to be calling for 10K. People are going to be very, very bullish on Ethereum. And I think that once we actually hit this date or around it, it might be the 7th, it might be the 9th or the 10th, I think that will pretty much mark our local top. And that is pretty much the thesis behind why I think Ethereum will hit $2,000 in the next 10 days. I think, like I said, this is a sell the news event. And once we get to this date and it's all over the news that Ethereum is officially launched their futures, or sorry, the CME group has officially launched their Ethereum futures. Retail, everyone else is going to get bullish, but I think that's pretty much gonna mark the top, and that's when the bigger players are going to start unloading their Ethereum, because I think I don't think it's fully priced in, but I think it will be priced in by the time we actually get there. So I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please hit that like button and subscribe. That would really help me out with the YouTube algo. Leave a comment of what kind of things you guys want to see next, whether that's education, tutorials, just daily market updates, whatever you guys want to see. I'm here for it. And hit that bell so you know when I'm going live. I'm trying to be streaming quite a bit. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one.